Okay, you guys are just gonna have to take my word for it. There was one time I got really lucky and I reverse flicked this guy, but now it's not wanting to cooperate. Hello and what is going on, guys? So welcome back to the channel. My name is Miguel and today we're gonna be reviewing the CRKT. I know you can reverse flick this guy. It's not the most comfortable way, but it is possible. I just did it a second ago. Oh my goodness. Today we're doing the review on the CRKT Piet. So it is actually pronounced Piet. This is the CRKT Piet. I know it's spelled oddly there, P-I-E-T, but it's pronounced Piet. This is a Jesper Boxness design out of Denmark. And yeah, we're gonna be we're gonna be reviewing this guy today. Very excited to bring to you guys some feedback, share with you guys all of my impressions about this guy, making sure that you guys get a good feel for what this little EDC is all about. All right, let's talk the experience on this guy, right? So of course you have only one deployment option and one deployment option only on this guy. You have no flipper, no button, so this thumb hole here is your only option. So you could either open it like that with a quick open, right, or you could take it slow, right, and just gonna enjoy the opening right there with the thumb hole. But yeah, that thumb hole is going to be your only deployment option on this guy, which, you know, is going to be a letdown for me personally. Now, if you're really into thumb holes, that's fine, but I kind of would have liked some other type of deployment option. Now you're probably thinking, okay, Miguel, well, you can probably reverse flick this guy. Well, actually you cannot, right? Because you see the indentation that you have on this side is completely missing on the other side, right? So that indentation there, which helps you do the thumb deployment on the right hand, right? If you were left-handed, right? I know they have the reverse pocket clip, which is very nice, and they have that for left-handed people. But if you're left-handed, I mean, how are you possibly, I mean, you're really gonna struggle a lot to get that working the same way that you do on the other side. I mean, how much more difficult would it have been to make an indentation? Like, how much more difficult would it have been to make the same indentation on this end? And I know you're probably thinking, okay, well, Miguel, it gets in the way of the liner lock, right? Well, maybe make the liner lock a little bit indented as well, you know, kind of play around with the design a little bit. But hey, you know, I'm not a knife designer, although maybe one day I will, who knows, right? I always dream about being one. We'll see. But that being said, that's probably my only gripe with this guy. Yeah, that's probably my only gripe right now, is the fact that, yeah, the reverse opening right here on this guy, it's very sketchy. Yeah, it's not even. It is so unpredictable. It works sometimes it doesn't work. Yeah, that's not happening at all whatsoever. So again, you got glass reinforced nylon GRN handles here, right, in this nice grippy pattern, and the blade is going to be a drop point, right, drop point blade, ACR 18 MOV, stainless steel, very corrosion or somewhat decent corrosion resistance, and it should be nice to sharpen when the time comes. It is on this satin finish, and as you can see with the thumb opening back and forth, this is going to be a fingerprint magnet for sure. All your fingerprints are going to be there constantly, so you're going to have to give it a wipe down every once in a while, at least every time you use it. And you do have this back spacer right here, right? So this back spacer in the back. Back spacer in the back. Wow, fancy talk today. You have it in blue here, like aluminum blue looking, so that kind of gives it a nice accent right there. If you're into that lanyard hole, right, you got a big one right there in the back, right, which can be accessible from both sides, so that's very nice as well. The pocket clip is going to be very deep carry, which is very nice also, right? So the entire knife should be able to tuck away when you put it in your pocket, which is very nice. All right, so you can see right there, no portion of the knife should be showing, right, when you have these pocket clip right here, very similar to the Scintilla, right? So I want to say, yeah, about the same length, right? And it gets the job done. It hides the knife very nice and discreet in the pocket. No jimping on this guy. So you can see there's no jimping going on at all on the top of the blade. And I want to say for the same reason, right? For the same reason that the Ortis doesn't have jimping here, and for the same reason that the Fleece folding knife doesn't have jimping either. So anytime you have some sort of thumb hole deployment, right, what I found, and this is not rocket science, but especially for newbies out there, right, typically when you have some sort of thumb deployment, it's very hard to find jimping going on at the very top. It kind of weakens that spot right there a little bit. So I've seen a lot of designers, knife designs, that don't have any jimping whatsoever when the knife has some sort of thumb hole. Maybe the only exception to that might be on the Spyderco's, right? On the Spyderco's you have some jimping, but up to a certain extent, right? So there's jimping up until, you know, where the circle starts, and yeah, there's no more jimping the rest of the way, so that way it doesn't make that steel weaker. Let's not forget about the paper cutting test. I've been EDCing this guy already for a couple of weeks, so let's see how much of an edge it has retained. All right, look at that, just like back when it came out of the box. This guy is super duper sharp, and for a tiny knife, right, it is small but mighty. Look at that, nice clean cuts all the way, right, without hesitation. You guys be the judge right there. Oh, wait a second, there we go. Oh, wait a second, wait a moment. Sometimes I feel like I don't catch the sheet of paper the right angle. That may cause it to not cut well. But look at that, yeah, it definitely makes clean cuts, no doubt about that. Let's take a look at the blade alignment right there. It's definitely a little bit towards the right. Yeah, definitely a little bit towards the right there. Not necessarily 100% centered. I wonder if I can probably adjust that a little bit here. All right, I went ahead and tightened it some more, and if anything, it actually got closer to the right side than the left side. So let me go ahead and loosen it now. All right, went ahead and loosened it a little bit back to where it was, and as you can see, yeah, there's a little bit of you know, play in the blade, I guess. Yeah, it definitely steers towards the right a little bit, so not quite 100% centered, if you will. That might be something specific to this knife and this knife only, right? Tightened it only made it way more disaligned, so went ahead and kind of put it back to around where it was originally. So if that doesn't get on your nerves, then you should be all right. So in conclusion, guys, this is a nice little EDC for around $30. Typically goes on sale around $29.95 or so. I got this guy on special at Blade HQ for around $15, right, during the holidays. So you often find some specials like that out there, some sales or special events like that where you could get it at a deep discount. I think full price is around $35 also. Make sure to check out the links in the description. They do help out the channel at no extra cost to you. But yeah, overall, if you're looking for that small factor, right, the conclusion is going to be very similar to the one from the Civivi Centilla, right? If you're looking for a small factor knife, right, probably a good secondary. If you're already carrying, let's say, a medium to larger knife as a primary, maybe you're looking for a specific smaller knife as a secondary, right, you definitely cannot go wrong with the CRKT Piet. That is definitely my recommendation right there, guys. Make sure to check it out. Let me know if I missed anything during the review, right, guys? Let me know if there was anything specific that I missed that you would have loved to have seen during the review. If you have any specific questions, also let me know in the comments. I'll be happy to answer those for you as well. And anything you'd like to see in future reviews, let me know. By the way, guys, if you made it this far, you guys are the real MVPs. There's a possibility by the time you're done watching this video that the review for the Sencut Taxi is live in the channel. This is a solid and very fidgety EDC. I'll put a card right here if that review is ready to go, so you guys can watch that next. Thank you guys for checking out the video here, making it this far. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.